It really doesn't matter what you think. All right? It really doesn't matter what you say.
What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live. Well, not live. I apologize. I'm so used to saying that more so on StreamYard than I am just recording. But breaking news this afternoon that Texas A&M QB Zach Calzada has officially announced his transfer destination. Going to the Plains of Auburn. That's right. Zach Calzada, committed, determined, and ready for the challenge of the Plains. And is this a good move? First off, I want to know really why Auburn. Well, no, it's not even why Auburn. Why leave Texas A&M? Now, did I miss something? If I recall, this has been their guy all season long for the Aggies, right? And you see this happen quite a bit. Well, you see transfers happen quite a bit. But you don't see it like this, right? But Zach Calzada had entered the portal a few weeks back. And it's so crazy because Zach Calzada was the guy this year, which I never heard of Zach Calzada before this year. He's a sophomore. He's 6'4", 212, or 210, I should say. Let's look at this player's profile real quick here on ESPN.com. Quarterback for Texas A&M. Number 10, he's the quarterback. He's 6'4", 210, right? An amazing season this year. 2,000 plus yards in passing, 9 picks, 17 touchdowns. Obviously, his best game was against the Crimson Tide, which was the Tide's only loss so far this year. They play in the Natty against Georgia this Monday night. Some losses for A&M on the season, but I don't think that it was full on him. Now, he did have a bad game. He did play against LSU, the final game. Shortly thereafter, he enters the transfer portal, right? And you see here, too, there's quite a few guys on this roster here. Blake Bose, former 5-star Haynes King, Zach Daniel, Reinhard Britz, Cooper McCollum. There's quite a bit of talent and depth for the Texas A&M quarterback room. And plenty of guys that this offensive guru and Jimbo Fisher can work with because, but here's the thing. Zach Calzada was the guy this year. And again, he's a sophomore. So it's not like he can just go to the draft yet. He still has some time. Why would he leave? Does it have anything to do? And you look, so far, A&M has the number 1 class. Now, they did pick up a 5-star in Connor Wegman, which I think, I guess I could still look at some recruits here or there. I'm actually curious about Connor Wegman. I'd like to do something on him maybe because he's a 5-star quarterback coming in next year that I think, which this might be what it boils down to, is all the depth. And, Zach Calzada, again, I think he's better than what it says on paper. I think his decision-making in the pocket is great. He's got a very strong arm. He's mobile at times, but not the best with mobility. But overall, you have Auburn, whose quarterback Bo Nix is transferring. They still have TJ Finley, which at least now, if not for Calzada announcing that he's going to transfer to the Plains, if Calzada doesn't choose to go to Auburn, right? TJ Finley's still their guy. But what does this do for TJ Finley now? Which really, who cares? I mean, maybe it does nothing. I mean, Zach Calzada can transfer there. He still has to earn his way to being the starting guy. But I'll tell you what, man, I think he's better than what his stats say on paper. I think that A&M's offense has looked pretty good at times this year, and he probably could do better than 17 touchdowns and 9 picks. Now, 9 interceptions, look, he's tied for 80th in number of interceptions, right? So, of 130 quarterbacks out there, he's marginal. It's not too bad. That's pretty good. I think that he is a good quarterback overall. Is he going to do good with Brian Harsin and Auburn? Well, we still don't know what kind of coach Harsin is. Now, he's had some good offenses at Boise State. This is the thing, though, that what was the key issue for Auburn this year? Because I would say just overall, I mean, they started out even before Bo Nix's injury, before they had to play TJ Finley, they were playing him to begin with. Now, I don't think TJ Finley's terrible, but overall, I think the chemistry of the team has been an issue. I don't think they have that true leader for the offense. And, they got some good players on defense, but it's even been inconsistent at times. Just overall consistency has been an issue for the Tigers this year. But when you look at Auburn and going forward, this is a good start for Brian Harsin and what he wants to do. He's going to get a redshirt sophomore next year. He's going to get a transfer quarterback in Zach Calzada, and he's going to look great. I really think that. And so this is huge news, honestly. And overall, what I have seen from him this year, I think that he's really good. Truly, I think that he looked good in that Alabama game, of course. And you can sit there and say, well, Bama's defense just did. I think that really was a factor of Jimbo and the Aggies. I mean, they said in the offseason they were going to beat Alabama. Zach Calzada was a product of that. He was there in the offseason. He heard the message from his coach, and, I mean, he bought into it. He did. And he looked great. Honestly. Let's take a quick look, too, of what we're dealing with in Zach Calzada, too. Let's look at what he did, though, to beat Alabama. Because, I mean, it's really quite a bit. He was in that game, 21-31, 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. And Alabama's defense has been pretty good this year at the right moments. I mean, defense didn't lose them necessarily that, well, it lost them the A&M game. It wasn't the issue in the Iron Bowl that they couldn't get things going. Offense did struggle, but that's beside the point. Let's continue on. But here's one of his first plays here in this game here, right? Guy moves out. I think that's Spiller. He's going to hand it off. Okay, just going to keep handing it off, whatever. Here's a passing play. Unless it's an incompletion. Nope, but it is complete there. But watch this play here. Check him out, roll him out. Knows there's pressure, throws to the sideline. He sees this coverage here, wide open. He sees 2 defenders. He knows, hey, I got to throw it towards the sideline somewhere, but I can't throw it out of bounds. We got to make a play here. Right? You're able to do all that. And it's just incredible. Zach Calzada, I think, he's a fairly special talent. He really is. I think he's got a bright future at Auburn. I think he's going to a good position that he can best succeed. Look at this here, right? It's not the strongest arm, but he's a good leader. Look, he sets the pressure. He knows Phil Mathis right here is going to get up in his face. He's got to elude that. Got some good O-line protection, knock a guy down there. or I guess he didn't get knocked down, but he has to launch the ball downfield behind his back, and he does that very well to Jalen Weidemeyer. Um, Overall, Zach Calzada has some key attributes that he can be a successful quarterback. Is he good enough for the SEC? I think he showed that with A&M this year. I really do. And of course, they run the ball a lot on us in this game. Here's a good play fake there. He gets the ball out very quickly. It was all, you know, written up in the script here, right? We're going to throw it to you in the end zone. He stands there. It's clear that Zach Calzada is a passing quarterback, but he's a pocket quarterback. He can be mobile at times, but even on this play right here, he's really good against the pass rush. Look at this. Guy getting up in his face. He says, I got to get it out to my guy. And he does that. Which actually I've just realized that I accidentally stopped screen sharing, but you missed. Anyway, this previous play that I was watching here, you kind of see it that a guy is getting in his face, and against the pass rush, he's doing really, really well here, right? In the end zone, guy moves out in motion, one man to beat, and he gets it. Overall, I think Auburn got a great leader for the offense. I think it's someone that, and they do have offensive line issues. They do have to fix that up. But I think Zach Calzada made a good choice to go to Auburn. I like Zach Calzada. I hope he has good success. And I think it's a good, young, talented quarterback, that Harsin can work with. And I think it's something that I think it's the right tool. I think it's the right set. And it's something that it kind of works both ways. You get a pretty good offensive guy in Harsin that can work with you as a quarterback. And he gets his quarterback he can work with that could possibly just be a better overall leader for the talent that they have on offense. They got some key receivers on there, and Auburn seems to be doing okay in recruiting right now. I think this is definitely a hurt for A&M. It really is, and I don't know what led to this. I don't know it because I'm just going to be honest. I didn't watch like the last couple games of the season for A&M, so I don't know if Zach Calzada lost his starting job, or if that's not the case. If he just said, "Nah, this isn't the place for me." I don't know. He took 4 sacks though in the LSU loss. He only took 1. He had a few good games there where even the offense, it wasn't looking too good, but he did not he had a few games he didn't take a single sack, and the O-line was working for him. He didn't take any sacks against Auburn, where he's going. He didn't take any against South Carolina back in October. He didn't take any against the Tide, and he didn't take any against Kent State. I mean, you can't really say anything about that. But, overall, again, you look at his stats, 184 of 328 for 2,185 yards. He has a 56 QBR completion rating, 17 touchdowns, 9 picks. His longest passing play is 70 yards downfield, and he's only taken 17 sacks. QBR is a 57. I do think he's systematic. But I do think that it looks worse on paper. I think he's got the right skill set to be successful somewhere. Again, he's 6'4", 210, so he's built pretty good too. I think he's going to be successful. Is Auburn the right fit though? And I already said I think it might be a good choice for him. I really don't know. I think it could be, but who would benefit more though? Do you think Zach Calzada? Let me know in the comments. Would Zach Calzada going to an offensive school in the SEC like Auburn, would he benefit more from this transfer, or do you think Harsin would benefit more just because he has this pocket quarterback that he can work with, this leader he can work with overall. And again, Zach Calzada, I think the future is bright. I really do. Now, he I think this is one of those many quarterbacks out there though where I think he is systematic. Like he's not a Trevor Lawrence or whatever. He's not that. He's not a Bryce Young. He did beat Bryce. I still, the Bama defense just had the worst game of the year that they have thus far. He's not a Bryce Young. He's not DJ. He's not Trevor. He's not that. But that doesn't make him bad. Like systematic players, systematic quarterbacks, that's not a bad thing. I don't know if I want to say it's a good thing, but it's just part of who you are as a quarterback. If you fit a certain system, it only matters that you find that system that you could succeed in and just overall have success there. If you can find it, go for it. Go find the system you fit in. And I think Zach Calzada, overall, I think that he'll honestly do pretty good with the Auburn Tigers. I'm assuming he's going to start right away next season. I think he could beat out TJ Finley. And overall, man, I think Auburn has their next quarterback in this guy. And I think he's going to do great. But again, I hold my breath on this because we really don't know. But overall, man, on paper, it might not look that good. But I do think the physicality and skill set and just overall calmness in the pocket and everything for Calzada, I think overall, Auburn's getting a really talented and knowledgeable, quarterback. I think his decision-making is great. I think he plays with good toughness and poise. I think he's got a lot of things in a quarterback that you could ask for in Zach Calzada. So, but overall, I'm leaving it up to you people. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think Zach Calzada can succeed at Auburn? Do you think there's another school out there that maybe he could fit with in an offensive scheme? Overall, if you're an Auburn fan, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you happy about this? Are you looking forward to seeing what he could bring to your team next year? I'm curious myself, even as an Alabama fan. But overall, again, we'll just have to wait and see. But I love you guys. Y'all have a good one. Jesus loves you. Thanks so much. Hey, do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And comment down below what you think, man. I'd love to hear it, and we'll see what he does next year. But I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. Love you guys. Bye.